Hi again. Another short one because so many things just keep popping right now. And I was looking at some Instagram reels and this old one from Oprah Winfrey, of all things, from, oh gosh, it looked like probably back in the 80s. And it was a brief clip, an interview with an athlete. And they were talking about grief and letting go. And he said these words, and I wrote them down. Grief is a living thing. It visits at random. You can't schedule it. I tried to work mine away. I tried to drink mine away, and all it did was wait for me to finish. So when it shows up, however it shows up, let it, feel it. And I think this goes for fear, anger, frustration, disappointment. For me, fear seems to be a big one. So I kind of put fear into this. Fear is a living thing. It visits at random. You cannot schedule it. I try to work my fear away. I tried to drink my fear away. And all it did was wait for me to finish. So when fear shows up, however it shows up, let it, feel it. I think we've all been so conditioned our whole lives to turn away as quickly as we can from something like fear or grief or sadness. Our culture has taught us this innocently. It's not anyone's fault. It's just what we've passed down from generation to generation. We work so hard to cheer each other up, and there's nothing wrong with that. But we like to rush people through grief, through fear, through sadness, through disappointment. And we say, no, but look over here, look at this shiny object. Let me distract you. And so even as young children, we learn to distract ourselves. And the thing is, that's fine. And it's not a problem because those things, those energies, those very living things. And I love how he says that in the interview. Grief is a very living thing. Fear is a very living thing. Those living things that we push aside and we distract from, and we do all the wonderful things we do because it's so innocent. It waits for us. It waits not to come back and hurt us and haunt us and make us miserable. It just waits so it has a chance to be known. So one of the things I've been doing lately, I've totally been into writing for, gosh, maybe 2 or 3 months now. Um, And one of the things I do, one of my nighttime prompts is just this. And thought I'd read it to you and just share it with you. I simply answer this question: what triggered me today? And I write it down because we are so conditioned to not look at it, to shield our eyes. So I write it. What triggered me today? And I write it down. And then I answer this question: how did it show up in my body? What were the sensations and emotions? And then I ask, how can I make this energy feel more welcome? And how might I ask it what it's here to tell me? And that's it. Sometimes I only get as far as what triggered me today. And that's enough. What triggered you today? Could you write it down? But instead of diving into the stories and being distracted by all the conceptualization and the labels that your mind wants to jump in and give it, just write it. What triggered you? How'd you feel it in your body? What emotions came up? Could you just for a minute feel that very living thing? What if it's just not what you've been taught it was? What if it's not the monster? Could you just feel it? That very living energy without all the story, without all the judgment. It's kind of transformative. What happens over time as we stop shielding our eyes and actually sitting down with some of this stuff. Just thought I'd add that. Thanks, guys. I love you. Bye.